Okay, welcome to module 4. So now we are going to look at mastering your pre-workout for your flexibility, such as warm up, your activation, and your mobility. The first lesson today is going to be the science behind an effective warm up. So let's get straight into it. So now you've learned how to build a strong foundation, a deeper understanding of SMI and recovery for your flexibility gain, and a flexibility focused training approach that prioritizes sustainability. So now let's shift a little bit our focus on how to properly prepare and warm up our bodies. If you've ever been the kind of person that jumps straight into stretching and felt stiff or restricted, struggle with injuries or tightness, even after warming up, and you feel like your splits or mobility are inconsistent day to day, then let's have a look at your warm up. So in this lesson today, we are going to look at why warming up improves flexibility and injury. We are also going to look at, again, 3 phases of a flexibility optimized warm up and how to create the ideal warm up for your splits training. So why warm up is essential? Obviously, I don't have to explain this to you a lot because a warm muscle is a flexible muscle. It increases the blood flow, more oxygen and nutrients. It stretches more efficiently, so it works what's called the viscosity. So it becomes less viscous and it's easier to move. So temperature can impact a lot the viscosity of your muscle. Tendons and fascia also become more pliable, so you have a bit more flexibility. You want to think of it like taffy. If you pull it on cold, it snaps, and when it's warm, it stretches a little bit more easy. And we call this muscle viscosity. The nervous system controls your flexibility, obviously. So when you start warming up, you prime your nervous system to accept, and then your stretch reflex will tend to lower it as you keep practicing throughout your class. So skipping a proper warm up, you lead to tightness, stiffness, and potential strain and injuries. Preventing injuries and enhancing performance, obviously. So an effective warm up is not just to increase flexibility, but it also avoid your injuries such as muscle tears, joint strain. It also makes you more stable. It prevents your compensation patterns, and it prepares you for the more intense training, such as aerial splits work as well. The good warm up is more flexibility, better control, and fewer injuries. So the 3 phases of flexibility optimized warm up is the first one. We are going to do a general warm up. This can include some cardio exercises, jogging, jumping jacks, dynamic. This is to raise your body temperature and bring the circulation into your body. Then we're going to start doing some mobility work. So control hip circle, deep lunges, spinal rotation. We're going to start moving a little bit more into the joints and activating the muscles. And the last phase is going to be your activation drills. So your basic activation drills, such as core activation, glute bridges, resistance band if you have, or anything such as leg raises and so on. So this prepare your muscles for deep stretching. When I teach your classes, we do this as a first phase, and then we engage a bit more into the end range conditioning, the PNF stretching, your eccentric loaded, and then isometric hold, and then we move on to the more static poses. So here, this is the perfect warm-up. It has 3 components, and when you follow these 3 phases, you'll enter your splits training a little bit more mobile and also ready to go into the deeper phase, so the more intense phase. So how do you structure? First of all, it's about 3 to 5 minutes to do your general warm up to increase your heart rate. And then your second phase will be your mobility work, which will be around 3 to 5 minutes as well. So it depends on like how long you have to make sure that you do some movements in the joints. Yeah, so we want to try and like move in different planes and make sure we mobilize. And the third phase, your activation drills, will also be around 3 to 5 minutes. So those are examples that you can find, but obviously when you do my classes, you will find other activation, yeah, to fire up. So in this lesson, you've obviously learned that the proper warm-up improve your flexibility, but also not just improving that and limit your injuries, but how to also phase your warm-up properly. So it's not just warming up in a very general way. There is a method in warming up more effectively. To finish, your learning activity will be testing your warm-up effectiveness. So you can try to do a split without warming up. Take a photo or video of that, then go through the 3 phases and then test your splits again. You will probably not see a difference as big as when you do the full flexibility practice, but you should already see an improvement. In the next module, we'll have a look at the dynamic mobility for hip and hamstring preparation. You will look at different dynamic stretches, how to prime your nervous system for deeper range, how mobility works differs from passive stretching. So I will see you in the next lesson.